Hey, it's 9/3. It's September. What is so bizarre to me? It's September. God, life is flying by here. Absolutely flying by. I got a new haircut. Did you see that?
Yeah, you trimmed up the goat. Yeah. That's the goat.
Oh, there we go. Got it. Hey, it is September 3rd, 2021. Josh is in the house today. He will be on the show part of the time. We're excited about that. Jason's here. Skyla is out sick.
Yeah.
And I say this not to be, there's nothing political about what I'm about to say, but I am concerned about some of the side effects of what happens with COVID for some people. Mm-hmm. In Skyla's case, we wish her a speedy recovery. She's fine, but she is experiencing stuff that a 20-year-old should not experience. So hopefully she's fine. She's resting. But unfortunately, she has the side effects of COVID, and we are not happy for her. We are sad for her a little bit. She is 20 years old, going to be 21 in October. Probably doesn't, she's not probably too fascinated by this newfound thing that she got, which was COVID and what's happening. So, Skyla, we hope you're well, and I'm sure you'll be back soon. The market is still open. There's, let's see here.
6 minutes, Dougie
6 minutes.
Fresh.
OLB moving for us today, and it hit 660. Unfortunately, I did actually have an order out there from a while ago, so we did get filled at, I think, at 560 on, like, we sold maybe 5,000 shares there.
Okay.
We've got 58,000 left. We're up on it today. We're really kind of back to where we were.
We're getting back.
But that's good because
I was bummed.
You were frustrated with them.
Very.
And OLB is doing better. What's not doing well today, and I don't understand why, and I'm going to check with the Naked Army.
We're going to look.
Is it Naked's down?
We're going to pull that chart up.
Naked's down like 10% today.
Let me try to find news on that.
Now, I'm up in Naked big in terms of economically, but today there's a pretty fierce pullback, and I'm thinking maybe I should buy some here. But it's selling off at the end of the day here. We are going to have a 3-day weekend, right? Labor Day weekend, correct? Speaking of Labor Day.
61.
Speaking of Labor Day, how are the jobs numbers?
The job numbers, I'm glad you asked that.
They were.
So we'll talk about the job numbers before we get into the market because the market's still open.
Can you turn this on for me?
Really, really, really abysmal job numbers. Now, the market was flat today, but in my opinion, the market should have sold off. So the employment situation, and I have this on the screen if you guys want to look at it. I've got it boosted up. Let me boost it just a little bit more so you guys can see it. Okay, let's go with this. So non-farm payrolls.
Oh, nice. Can I see that full screen?
There we go.
All right, so we're gonna try.
Beautiful.
We're gonna try. We're having some technical difficulties. We're gonna try to enhance some of the charts we have. I know, unfortunately, Josh works at effectively the whole media group, so he's got a day job besides just the show. And so do I, and so does Jason.
Yep.
So we're trying to figure out how to bring it up to what we want. So we're going to try a lot of different things, but don't be frustrated with us too much. We're going to try to do these different charts and things that we can generate on the screen. I wish I knew what that meant. I'm not a media guy, but can we go back to that?
We're going to talk about.
I want to see that chart.
We're going to get this. We're going to get into this.
No, I'm just fascinated that we're getting new stuff, and so let me see that chart.
Let's spend some time on this.
Can you see the whole thing? Yeah,
there you go.
Non-farm
I
payrolls.
can make it, if you want to go the side by side, I can. Hey, Nick, I can boost it a little more. You want to give it a go here? What can you do with that? Can you go side by side or no? Oh, it does cut it off. All right.
But it still says it.
Yeah, but I need the month over month. Let me deboost that here. Okay, go with that roll right there.
Yeah, we'll just stay there.
Okay, perfect. So let's talk about the job situation. First off, let me just tell you that based on these job numbers, we have, let me go back to this, only 12% of the jobs went to females for August. Did I say that right? I'm going to show that source. We're going to use that source because that's coming from an online source. But let's get into non-farm payrolls month over month. July was actually 943,000 jobs created. Prior revised, so they did revise it up. So let's give them credit. 1,053,000 in July. So they do revisions sometimes. The consensus was 740. So in July they smoked it. Let's give them credit. They smoked it. August though, let's look at August. Top line here, consensus range for August, they're expecting 377,000 to 900,000 jobs. And as you can see, the actual data, 235,000. That's a huge miss. I mean, ordinarily, you would see the market react to that much more severely in a downward trend. We didn't really see that today. I also expected the market to maybe sell off a little more for profit takers for the long weekend. We didn't really see that.
No. It's a strange market. To me, I'm not able to put my finger on why I feel this reminds me of the past, but you almost have this apathetic reaction, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of the big tech guys, the ones that are the large portion of the S&P. I think it's because profits are so big that they're like going, hey, but profits are still strong.
Yep, for sure.
Profits are still strong.
It is true.
Right? And when they stay with that thesis, profits are strong, you probably will wake up one day and profits won't be strong, and then you'll have that sell-off.
But then here's the question to you, Todd. If profits aren't strong, then where do they hang their hat? Where do the pundits go? Where do they try to make, the
I guess
perception?
the Fed can keep printing money.
For sure, they will.
I hate being negative, but I'm just worried that we're going to roll over a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it would be healthy for us to roll over a little bit, but maybe we're not gonna. I did wake up to AG.
Yeah,
being strong today.
Very strong.
And why do you think that was? Can you kind of tell us?
Yeah, the dollar, silver and gold were up big today. Not a whole lot of paper shorts today. The dollar was down today. So, when the dollar's down, you can look for Bitcoin is a new generational wealth storage device.
Sure.
And then, of course, the thousands of year old silver and gold, the old standbys. So silver and gold boosted up nicely today. Last time I looked, so gold was up 25.
Can we go to my screen real quick? Bitcoin's over 50.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it at 51 actually.
Yep.
So
Ethereum close to 4. Did I see that?
Oh my God! You know what I saw? I saw. Well, that frustrates the hell out of me.
I know you're gonna say.
I saw Reese Witherspoon saying she got long Ethereum. Let's go.
God.
I'm like, oh my God,
that's crazy.
That's usually a sign that something's wrong.
There was,
there used to be this whole thing is like, what's your barber telling you? What's your gardener telling you? And when they're asking you, hey, I own Netscape. What do you think? You're like, oh, great.
Now it's like, what's your blue check mark on Twitter telling you?
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Hey, Josh, are you getting that experience? Are people asking you about Ethereum and Bitcoin, or is that not happening in your universe?
Oh yeah. I mean, it started out like AMC, right? Jump on the AMC, let's go. But,
right.
Yeah, XRP, you got all these different coins that are popping up.
Let me get back to Cardano, big mover.
Yeah, Cardano.
Let's get back, Nick, if you don't mind. Let's spend just a little bit more time on this line by line on the payroll and on the jobs report here. Unemployment rate did boost. It did move in a positive direction from July, 5.4% prior, and then of course with the nice job numbers from July, it did move to 5.2%. Now in August, even though the job report was not very good, it didn't have enough to move it down to 5.1. So it's holding steady at 5.2. That's not the U6 report. That's the aggregate jobs report number. Private payroll numbers month over month. As you can see, they smoked July. Again, here we are in August, 403,000 to 800,000 street expectation, 243,000 actual. Again, a really bad number. Manufacturing payrolls month over month, 27,000 July. They did revise that with additional jobs to 52,000. Again, in August, it actually came in higher, 16,000 to 35,000. That was one positive report from this jobs number. Employment, the participation rate, the labor participation rate in the country, 61.7% participating in the workforce. Consensus 61.8. That held steady. These are interesting data. This is interesting data. Average hourly earnings actually boosted down slightly in July, but actually boosted up a little bit to 0.6% in August. So a small win there. Average hourly earnings year over year. We talk about wage stagnation. We talk about inflation. We talk about how this affects middle-class America and how the dollar doesn't go as far as it used to. We have all these indicators and all these things that are being done, like the Federal Reserve printing money out of thin air. We have corporations. We have small businesses not able to give people pay raises. So average hourly earnings year over year actually 4.3%. So as you can see, it came in a little bit higher. Now, I'm trying to think of what industries and where these boosts in hourly income could come from. If you guys in the chat have any thoughts on this, where people are actually getting raises currently post, well, not even post-COVID, kind of still mid-COVID, if we're being honest. Let me know in the chat what you think about that. And then here's the last one. I really like this one because America is perceived, oftentimes true, to have a workforce as a society that puts in a lot of hours. Like, man, you guys work a lot of hours. You know, we're in Europe. We take a month off in Italy. We enjoy the pasta. We enjoy the bread. Well, average work week in America in July, 34.8 hours. Again, I would really like to know where this data is derived from. As you can see, holding steady, 34.7 hours. Chase, who the hell's working just 34.7 hours? You work that in like 2 days, dude.
I actually just got off the phone with a friend of mine, and I'm pretty sure I do work that in 2 days. Not gonna lie.
Right.
But, I mean, I think, when I worked in college, I think I'd probably say I worked 34 and a half hours a week.
Yeah.
I think that I know a lot of friends that still work like a retail job and a job where they may be working at a gym or something secondary like that. Well, they'll work, technically 5 days a week, right? They may have 2 off days, or maybe they work 4 days a week where
Right.
they have a longer shift one
Like
day.
410s or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
the thing that's weird about it is that it may not seem correct from like a 9 to 5 perspective, but they may have a shift that's 6 a.m. to 6 to noon, right? On
Right.
one day. The next day they have like a 2 o'clock to a 10 o'clock, so that's an 8 hours.
Right.
And then they'll have a 5-hour shift the next day. It's very, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
So it is weird how they get there, but I think that's pretty realistic. Not gonna lie.
One other thing in your generation, and Todd, you can talk about this. So like millennials, Gen Z, what have you, Zoomers,
Zoomers.
they like have to take employment opportunities where they have to piecemeal stuff. One job here, I got to go to my next job over here.
Yep.
Like Todd, we didn't see that so much like
No.
In Gen X and that
Nope.
it's much different now.
And it's how do I want to put this? It not only is it much different where they have to do that, it's actually like glamorized.
Yeah.
If you're not, all this social media stuff is you better have a side hustle, you
Yep.
better have a second job, a third job,
Yep.
you better work so hard, and then you see the other side of it where people have no lives. And then all of a sudden they're
Right.
like, I'm doing all this stuff endlessly, and they're burnt out, and they see this over glamorized dual, triple income where they
Yeah.
have a side hustle, they have
Yeah.
2 main jobs, they're working 40 hours a week, but
What is it about?
these quotes from people that are saying, you have your 9 to 5, right? And then you have how many other hours in the day to work on your brand, to
Right.
work on
Your-
what you
yep.
want. And it's so glamorized that it's weird.
Yep.
It's really weird and
That-
different to see.
That was magnified during COVID.
Oh,
and
oh
it
my-
still is.
it's crazy how it
StockX,
changed.
the
Mhm.
GOAT, the sneaker
Resellers.
game, all the resellers.
All these side hustle incomes, not just
Yep.
us playing poker.
Right.
But
Nice.
all these side hustle incomes are massively glamorized, and
Yep.
I think it's great. I really do appreciate it. And I understand to some degree the idea of taking your own personal time and trying to build something that you really do dream of.
Yep.
Because if you don't love your job every day, like I may work a lot, but I love it here.
Yeah.
I love it. I love what I do. It's great. And if I didn't, I'd understand the point of like
Sure.
using that side hustle and, maybe dedicating another 20 hours a week to building a side business or a side brand. But I don't know. It doesn't make perfect sense to
What's
me.
cool is, and Josh, I think you're on. I think you can hear us. What's cool is with our opportunity here is
Mhm.
our business is the culture. It's a small, close-knit group of people
Very.
that can directly put the sweat equity in, work hard,
Mhm.
and see the results,
Right away.
which is awesome. Josh, on the media side, we're seeing you guys are just coming up with stuff.
Hey, Discord's at how many people now?
Yeah, Discord, for example,
it's
we're gonna
blowing up.
we're gonna get into that because
Mhm.
and not to get
Jump
too far
around.
ahead of ourselves, but man, we've been doing some stuff in Discord just recently where it's getting exciting in there. And we're
Mhm.
gonna touch on that. And Skyla, feel better because we need you back, Skyla. You're part of this thing.
Hey.
It's gonna be huge.
I wanted to address one
Should be
point that you were talking about. Really specifically was this idea that I saw you talked about, the working hours, the productivity, all this stuff. And I saw this article regarding where cities that are actually losing population, right, are experiencing higher per capita GDP growth than other cities that are gaining population or not losing any population, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. They're describing this kind of change in productivity that we were talking about, this glamorizing of working more in this country, where these cities are actually losing people,
Right.
and gaining in GDP per capita. I don't understand that.
Well, I guess it depends on, what type of person they're losing, in their workforce.
Right.
I do know this. Coming from Florida, you have what used to be pretty much primarily a service industry economy in Florida. But now what you're seeing is a lot of people are fed up with high tax states moving to like Texas and Florida. And like Boca Raton, Palm Beach County, Broward County, you're seeing a move in tech. A lot of tech jobs, especially in Boca.
Austin.
Austin,
tech
Texas,
hub.
another thing. So, you're seeing a kind of a paradigm shift, and we always did see a lot of the folks from the Northeast move to the South.
Yeah.
But that was primarily for retirement reasons.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing people moving to Texas. They're moving to Florida. They're mid-career, man. They're picking up and they're moving because they're kind of sick of the taxation. Todd, you can speak to this.
Yeah, I can. Market just closed. Why don't we cover?
No
Why don't
problem.
we cover the market real quick? We'll get back to this.
Let's for sure. I wanted to dig into the market here. By the way, just as an aside, CEI that touched above 90 cents, it actually sold off.
Above
Everybody
90?
took profit. Yeah, down to like 79 cents. The Dow Jones Industrial finished down 74 points today, 35,369. The S&P was flat. It was down 1.5 points to 45.35. The Nasdaq did eke out a win, 15,363. What did Apple do today? I need to look at that. I don't know who carried
Apple's
the
getting
Nasdaq
records.
today. They came out with
hitting
they
records.
came out that they're going with EV cars.
You know what? Apple specifically, have you seen their new program with iOS 15? They don't think anybody's going to have wallets anymore. Everything's going to be on the digital wallet.
Yeah, sure.
8 states now have signed on with Apple to carry a digital driver's license and ID in your mobile wallet.
I mean, the move is to go to all digital currency,
Absolutely.
what have you. But I mean, that's going to be interesting to see.
Apple's 154, up 66 cents today.
Oh, okay. So Nasdaq finished up 32. Let's look at a few other indicators here. I want to look at oil. Oil's been on a run lately.
The Dow ended down 74, by the way.
74, yeah.
Yeah. S&P down 152.
Yep, $1. Yeah, 1.52. And Bitcoin we saw was over 50,
For sure.
50,200.
What happens to Bitcoin if the market corrects 10% or 15%?
Bitcoin throttles up.
You think it goes higher?
Throttles up big.
Bitcoin goes higher.
Big. That's just my opinion. I want to talk about gold up $20, silver up 87 cents, 3.62%. Copper, China did release strategic reserves to try to regulate the price of copper, trying to control these commodities from moving up because of inflation here in America. $4.33 per pound. Shout out to FCX. That is a company I am very fond of. They're in the largest American copper mine. I like them a lot. Crude oil, WTI, $69.25, down 1% today. Brent oil, $72.58, down 45 cents. That's about it. Oh, we didn't get Ethereum. What's the current price of Ethereum? Let's take a look here real quick. Ethereum currently 3,943. Todd wanted to take a substantial position at 1,800.
Yeah.
We're not gonna do that.
able to do it. We weren't able to buy it. We tried to do it on Webull. We put a ton of orders in. We just have counterparty risk we couldn't deal with.
CNBC headline: Dow falls after big jobs report miss. I don't really
The
consider
Dow didn't
that.
fall.
It didn't fall.
It fell a little bit.
That's just not true. I mean,
Nah, it's a misleading headline for sure. Yeah, that part's we're gonna get to viewer comments shortly, but I wanted to start covering some things we have with this. If you could go to my screen here, it's rare that I do this, but I have I pulled out the charts here for you.
let's go.
And this is the 1-year chart on Peloton. You can see Peloton hit
Wow.
171. We are, for full disclosure, we are short Peloton.
Is that a perma short?
It's not a perma short, but we're short. Peloton was down again today, and I wonder what you make of. Chase, what do you think of that chart? Can you see that? Jason, what do you think of that
Yeah.
chart?
So I don't have a good look. I apologize.
Jason, what do you think of that chart?
Let me take a look at this. Here, let me look at it really close. Is that what is
That's
that? What time
Peloton.
period is that?
That's 1 year.
Oh, that's the 1 year.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't look very good. It's overvalued in my opinion. What's the market cap currently? Yeah. You caught me off guard with Peloton because I've never really looked at this large cap. Let's analyze this a little bit.
That tells you how Jason and I are doing different things. We've been short Peloton for a couple months now.
Yeah. The market cap on Peloton is $44 billion. Wait, did I read that right?
44 billion, and they just decreased their prices. Their sales are going
No, they
down.
make bicycles.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but
Is he?
Yeah.
You better go do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to step out real quick.
Yeah. Jason and I have day jobs. We're trying to figure a way how to manage. Jason helps manage some of our Bitcoin and crypto assets. And so that's what happens, right? Anyways, so when I look at this chart, I think, okay, let's look at the short term then. Let's look at the 1 month and see what that looks like. That's still in a decline. You can't really get away from this. Let's look at the 2 year. I don't think it's been public long enough. So you see this big run up in Peloton. Mm-hmm. I think there's a reason to stay short, and I've stayed short. Now, for full disclosure, we had a bigger position. I cut the position back by half when I got to my first target, which was $100. We started shorting it. I think we shorted between 115 and 120. And I don't know if it's a perma short, but it is a perma short here, and I'll show you real quickly on what is considered a perma short. And this is AMC. Now, I saw a disturbing interview. This is the 2 year chart on AMC, but let's look at the 1 year, see how that looks relative. Okay, so you see a little bit of a top here on the 1 year. You see it kind of blow off here top, and then you're kind of right there, right? So technically, I don't know, is it set up? I can't stand I guess I got to pay for something here so I don't get these advertisements. But that's kind of where AMC looks like to me. And I was listening to a fundamental argument, and I was listening to a non-fundamental argument with AMC. And there was they call them an ape, and they're I guess I'm old now.
It's all
I live in a different universe where they don't care about why that's up. He started quoting like, it's up because we care and and we want it to be higher and we believe in its future, but it has a $25 billion market cap and has massive debt and can't pay its rent. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's illogical. It's all
I know, but
investing.
I really legitimately believe the market has become insane.
Well, yeah, it's not rational anymore. But at what point can we start to believe that non-rational investing is what drives the market, right?
I don't know. I mean,
that's why I haven't put anything in there. After I got full disclosure, I ran up to like a couple grand in BlackBerry when this whole thing started.
Oh, really?
And then TD Ameritrade wouldn't let me sell the thing, and so I lost it all anyway.
What generation are you considered, anyways?
I am one before Z.
You're who?
I think X or I don't know.
You're not a millennial, right?
I am not a millennial, but I'm not Gen Z. I'm right after millennial and in between Gen Z. I think we're like Gen X or Y or something. I don't really know, but I know I'm not Gen Z and I know I'm not a millennial.
Hey, Brett, what is he? Do you have any idea? Josh, you know what? Chase is 21 years old.
I just did this the other day. What generation names?
Oh, that's crazy.
All right, I am.
I'm gonna find this video. I want to play it for you guys.
You're 87. Okay. So.
What are you saying?
I guess I am Gen Z.
Gen Z.
I guess I'm Gen Z. That doesn't feel very good. I'd like to be something else. Just gens.
Well, I'll find the video, but my point here is that the argument from the quote ape was we have a feeling about the stock.
Exactly. There's no argument there. I think that I should have this.
No, I'm perplexed as to how long this revolution, as they call it, last for.
I'm not a millennial. That's not the right dates.
No, you're not a millennial for sure.
No, millennials stop in 97.
There's no question.
Miranda's not even a millennial.
Skyla's not on the show, but she is in the chat, and she's calling you out as a millennial.
I know she. That's not technically. It's correct. They stop at 96, 97 millennials, and so Skyla and I are both Gen Z. Yeah, I'm a Zoomer. A Zoomer, nice. They say. But that's fine.
Allegedly, I have to watch an ad for 29 seconds about bicycles and stuff like this. But I want to play this in 16 seconds when it ends. And this is one analyst saying that AMC is going to go to $6, and then you'll hear the other contrast to why the other one is going to go higher. And I'm okay. Let's go to my screen, please.
Sequel, the action around AMC heating up again, and you've got a front row ticket to the action. Two men with very different takes on where this stock is headed. Matt Kors has some real skin in the game. He's long shares of AMC. He says it's heading higher from here. He, of course, is known as an ape. We're going to hear from him in just moments. But first, let's get to Chad Bainan. He covers AMC at Macquarie Research. Just downgraded the stock to underperform yesterday with a $6 price target. Chad, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Melissa. Appreciate it.
A big part of your note was highlighting sort of the obligations that AMC still has, even despite all its capital raises. Rent is one of them. How big of this issue is it for AMC, and how critical was that in you finally downgrading the stock to an underperform?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, look, for starters, for the past couple of years, we've been bulls on the space. We've been real believers that the streaming and the PVOD won't disrupt this industry. However, what we've seen in the data in the past couple of weeks just tell us that the margins will be impaired fundamentally for these companies going forward. I think it's very difficult for them to get back to the margins that they had in 2019. So to your point, when we look at some of the obligations that companies that we cover have to pay in 2022 and 2023, it was just hard for us to continue to support AMC. We do have a 12 to 18 month target, but yes, it's the obligations that were the crux of our downgrade, and we're projecting them to generate.
What does that happen?
Zero free cash flow in 2022.
No
we
cash
think
flow.
We'll generate about 50 cents in 2023, but zero in 2022.
And the data that you're citing that has rolled in the past couple of weeks or so, that's all box office data, because we knew, I would imagine that we knew what the rent obligations were pretty much for the year well before a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's the revenue picture. So for the third quarter, we're projecting down 50%. That gets to down 35 in the fourth quarter. But then the big thing for next year, we're projecting down 15% versus pre-pandemic. Prior to this, prior to our downgrade, we're looking closer to levels getting back to pre-pandemic from an emission revenue standpoint.
I respect that this is a fundamental analysis, Chad. That's what you do for a living. You have a model and you got to go with the numbers. But at the same time, do you acknowledge that the stock, even though your model may point to it, may never get to 6?
Well, as this thing reboots, never get to 6. We acknowledge that you're using fundamentals.
May not actually be an underperform in your universe, simply because of the other dynamics going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been looking at some of the other meme stocks, some of the other options that people could go into. I understand that the technical setup right now is pretty positive, and there's been a lot of people talking about that. Also, with people going back to work post Labor Day, with sports betting coming out, there's going to be a lot more things that some of these retail day traders can look to do other than support AMC on a daily basis. And I think just the overall
what's up with the Wi-Fi today?
Options for them could also hurt the story going forward from a meme momentum standpoint.
So you're saying that meme investors may shift their focus to other meme sort of stories away from AMC. So even that part of the story could go away. Okay, Chad, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Melissa.
Chad Bainan. Now let's get to the other side and bring in one of the biggest apes in this trade. Matt Kors has been trading the stock since the first big breakout.
I'm an ape.
He joins us now. Matt, I know that you guys, and when I say you guys, I mean the Army of the Apes, have said repeatedly that it's not a fundamental story. Is there any point at which you say the box office is simply not there?
I'm gonna
the stock
pause this
won't
for a
go
second.
anywhere. It may not.
It's not a fundamental story, But it's not a technology story. It's not like
nothing.
I was invested in stocks before in the 90s and early 80s or late 80s where they were themes.
Right.
And they had there was years where Amazon wasn't a fundamental story, but it was a disruptive story.
Sure.
How in the heck do you see, and I'm short AMC, and I'm not short a lot, so this doesn't, if it goes up or down 100 points, it won't have no effect on my life. Okay, so if it goes down to 10, maybe I'll make 70 grand or whatever I'm short.
Right.
But this isn't logical. This is what scares the shit out of me. I mean, this scares the shit out of me. 32 years of doing this. Now the current generation will say, you're old and you're not thinking different. By the way, the saying that it's different this time, it never happens. It's never different this time.
How many times has that been said?
I mean, it's been said thousands of times. It's different this time. I mean, how many buggy whip manufacturers are still around? How for years people will be using buggy whips because before the cars were there, they thought buggies were the way around. In fact, look at your new buggy. It has these special springs, and it's when you're on a rough road, the buggy is nice and comfortable, and my buggy has a place for an ice chest. I mean, come on, dude.
Go all the way down to 6, but it may not go much farther.
Here we go.
than
Here's this
44.
fundamental analysis.
Yeah, so I wouldn't agree with that just because for many people, the millions of people who this particular story resonated with, the box office was not the reason why they got in. So I don't know why the box office would be the reason that they get out. I was looking at Chad and I respect a lot of what he said. And right there, even a little thing I want to point out of like kind of his commentary was more of right now, it's a technical setup. Many of the quote unquote apes in this particular play, they're in it for a swing momentum play to see if there's some sort of advantage of a short squeeze and the chance to make.
I get that argument. He's long because there could be a short squeeze.
Okay.
Okay.
Valid. I can understand.
Come on. Why do we keep buffering?
Are you on the other
going on?
Wi-Fi?
What are you on?
AGH1?
I wouldn't even know how to change it.
An ape would know how to do
money
that.
on a pretty decent trade. So the box office, obviously, I hope that it comes back. I hope it's stronger than ever. But right now, that is part of the fundamental breakdown that not many of the people who are in the current trade are really focusing on at all.
What's your current technical take on where the stock is trading right now?
Did you buy any?
I'm extremely,
You didn't buy any?
No, I didn't know what you were talking about when you said any. Why? Where's it at?
Bullish, apish on where the
653.
technicals are at, honestly, from
620.
You want to buy it?
Yeah.
we have July all the way up until August.
Definitely.
We're seeing a very bullish follow through. We're just seeing a beautiful cup and handle for all my technicians out there. And we're looking for that to kind of test in the 46 to 48 area and see if we could get a breakout. And once we get back into the 50s, we know just for the average duration of these shares that are out on loan, we have a lot of those people who all of a sudden they're going to start being underwater on the short position. And to me, that's where things get very, very interesting to see if there's some sort of pressure on them to start cutting before they really go underwater. And you never know, we could see an explosion like we saw in early June.
Hey, Matt.
Whatever, man.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry about it.
BK, so I'm looking at the technicals. Yeah, it looks like it wants to break above 50. So let's talk about the other side. Let's say it breaks out, starts to run, you get the short squeeze. When do people get out of it then? Because
It's going to keep.
we all know it's
come over
easy to
here and
make money,
switch
but
it
it's
then
hard
or
to keep it.
They did a.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that part. And
what?
here, that's where I think a lot of people have different opinions on where they do or don't. And to everyone out there, obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I implore everyone to come up with their own trading plan. For me, though, in this scenario, I'll be using some of the various data sources to track what's actually going on with the shorts. And personally, for me, I'm looking for something as simple as following the trend and looking for the shorts to cover, not necessarily a price target. And I'm not saying that's a good or bad plan. I'm just saying that's my personal plan.
Matt, great to check in with you. Thanks.
That's the good one.
Thank you.
So listen to
Matt
this part.
Kors.
Listen to this part. This part's
Guy,
important.
you got to feel for
Listen
some
to
of these
what Guy
analysts
says.
out there who still have to, day in, day out, go with their research report that has a fundamental analysis when there are so many other factors at play in this story.
Jesus. I'm on the right Wi-Fi.
It might be from them.
That sucks.
There are a lot of factors at play. I mean, the short squeeze, I mean, I understand, but, you know, it's interesting. the stock average is about 140 million shares traded a day. So if you're short the stock, you have ample opportunity to get out on a daily, if not hourly basis. So I understand, I get it. People are short, they're going to have to cover. But basically, on any given day, those shorts can cover in spades. So I'm not quite sure that holds as much water as the folks want to think. With that said, could it go higher? Absolutely. I mean, we live in a different world right now where, as you said when we started this, fundamentals really don't matter. So I'm not certain why they're going to start mattering now.
Yeah, for sure.
We've got an after-hours alert here on Beyond Meat that we're watching for. Shares are down.
By the way,
after the company
I have
disclosed
to
its
go
COO
on
left
record.
the
I'm just going to go on record really quickly here, because someday my producer, the head of our media team, the media group, is going to use this. So let me go on record. These are terrible warning signs. These are just horrific. We all think it's going to be sunshines and rainbows up our ass. These are very scary propositions that they're market caps with zero justification, and it's a feeling, and I'm hoping that people cover because they're short. I hate the hedge funds. I don't know when this is going to change. Jason, and you know what happens too, by the way? This is GameStop. This is out 1 year on GameStop. You can see, by the way, GameStop's doing the same thing. It is putting in these lower highs, right? So here you go, right? Yep. Let's just draw the line, and there you go. They're putting in these lower highs. It's still a downtrend. These are horrifically bad signs. And case in point, I had dinner with the king. I know some people don't happen to. Some people are not fans of It's Good to Be the King, Stephen. Some people are fans. I happen to think he's smart and funny. I know Jason, he has his opinions.
Alrighty.
Everyone has their opinions, right? But the problem here is that these changing behaviors of how do you do the math on naked brands? I'm long naked brands. I own it. I'm not a double agent, or he's not a double agent. All these double weird. The Naked Army thinks that Steve's a double agent or something bizarre. To have a target of $200 on naked brands with 900 million shares outstanding, and then they told you they're going to acquire something. And if they acquire it, they're going to issue more stock to acquire it. They're not issuing less stock. They're going to issue more. So let's say that, I'm just doing the math, right? Let's say they're going to buy a company, and the current Naked Brand shareholders are going to get, and I'm just going to be generous, 20%. That means 80% of new dilution is going to go to the new company. And there's no way they're not going to do a reverse. There's no way they're not going to be able to support a $200 price. So don't get mad at Steven. Okay. But you know what? Maybe there's a way. They have 900,000 shareholders, Naked Brands does. And maybe the reality is that people really do believe it's going to go to 200. They really do. And so I'm an outcast because I'm what?
$180 billion valuation at their target?
Yeah. Well, how would that be 180 billion?
What's 200 times 900 million? 180 billion.
Right, but that's not including the other shares outstanding. The new ones they acquire. So let's say they're going to issue, you got to go do the math and do 90%, 900 million is 20% of the full dilution table. It's not going to happen. I don't know why.
Andrew Mills.
But maybe they don't buy that much. Maybe they don't issue that much stock to buy it.
200 pesos.
200
Andrew Mills.
pesos.
Love it.
That's
whatever.
Funny.
Guys, these are. I'm doing this, by the way, because I want the soundbite. I admit, right here.
Yeah.
This is crazy. The market's insane. GameStop's insane. AMC's insane. I don't think Naked's insane, but I don't think it's going to 200. I think it could be a $2 or $3 stock, and I'm an outcast because I say that. I don't think some of these things have any fundamentals behind them. I don't think GameStop needs 5,000 locations unless there's a miracle going to happen.
Yeah.
What's the miracle?
There's no miracle there.
Show me the miracle.
We talked about this similar situation when people, they're not going to like this, by the way. when people were talking about $290 naked or whatever the hell they were talking about.
I know.
I'll be happy if it goes
I'm
to
not
$3
a
or
double
$4.
agent. I own the stock.
We have it. Yes.
It's long in our account. We're down today. I don't know why. I don't know why it went down.
I haven't looked into it. I'm so excited about ANY. I can't even talk. I haven't even
ANY?
got any. I haven't even got into any yet.
Okay.
Hey, when was the last
Do we
why
have
are you-
any?
I bought 10,000.
Okay.
What do you want from it?
I want heaps.
How much do you want?
I wanted to get scale in 25,000 today. I want to
Okay,
get
so
to,
why don't I just do it right now?
let's
see
talk
here.
about any.
Well, you're disclosing that we're buying the stock, so
Yes.
let's disclose.
Okay.
For full disclosure, it's
Sphere D. That's the company name. Their proposed merger with Griffin, Q4 2021. Following the merger, Rob Chang, Chief Executive Officer of Griffin, he'll be appointed to serve as the post-merger combined company's CEO. Just to give you a little bit of background on Rob Chang, former CEO of Riot Blockchain, former MD at Cantor Fitzgerald, President Dan Tolhurst, former senior strategist at Netflix and Disney. I mean, these guys are loaded. Chair of the board, Brittany Kaiser, blockchain regulator expert, congressional subcommittee member. I can
I
go
see your
on and
point.
on about any. Any is it's a direct offering they just did at $8.50. They raised $192 million, $8.50 for per share with a 1/2 warrant, 22.5 million shares roughly. I really like the opportunity here. Any current market cap, 143 million. What they have in store for the crypto space is massive. A la Riot. This guy was at Riot. Anyway, that's my case. That's my case for any.
all right. So for full disclosure, it's not a recommendation. We're long the stock as presently as we speak. We are long 18,396 shares and growing. We are buying any. You don't have to buy any. This is not part of the $1,000 challenge.
Correct.
This is a position we're taking.
Yes.
We manage a fairly large portfolio. Hey, I was allowed to say, I can say something exciting. There is a, hey, how do I do the boom announcement here?
What the hell are we doing? Give it a little boy.
Okay.
Yes.
For the first time ever, I can tell everybody we are not soliciting you. This
No.
is not a solicitation to offer to buy or sell securities. But for the first time in, Chase, I think you were like 8 years old, 10 years old.
Definitely
Your dad is running a hedge fund again. I am running a new hedge fund that just started September 1st called Ault Alpha. Ault Alpha is there to produce alpha and to do shareholder activism. And so we just launched the fund.
Yep.
And that is not a solicitation. I'm not asking you to invest. So there's my full disclosure. You will see filings from a new firm called Ault Alpha, run by Ault Capital Management. And we are back in the hedge fund game. After I ran a hedge fund, I think, for
13
10 or
years.
12, 13 years.
After 13 years, now we're back.
Oh, no, wait, hold on a second. I started the hedge fund in 98. I left in 2009. So then it's been 13 years since. Has it been
Well, technically 12. I thought maybe you left in 2008, but yeah.
kind of 2008,
12,
2009.
13.
So after 12 years, I'm back running a hedge fund. Jason's on the team. Chase, my son, graduated from UCLA, who's been his intern with me twice, actually. I'm sure that wasn't fun for you. I'm sorry.
I had a lovely time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I made you work in New York like every day for. Remember that?
You made me work in New York.
No. But maybe no. Do you remember that you had to work like pretty much?
We were out. We would leave at like 7 a.m. and get home at like 2.
Yeah.
Do it again the next day.
Yeah.
And then we'd fly home on a Friday and fly back on Sunday.
We literally flew home on a Friday
for 8 weeks straight.
and for 8 weeks straight and went back on a Sunday night or Monday morning to go to New York.
Talk about jet lag.
Oh no!
Oh
my
my
God. It was
God.
terrible.
Wow.
And we would be out with Henry till
Oh, yeah.
2 or 3 in the morning at
And then work the
Macanudo
next day.
Oh my
every
God.
night. And
No
then,
way.
meeting with
We took the-
Apollo
we
the
took-
next morning.
Oh yeah, Apollo. That's right. You were in those meetings with Apollo, weren't you?
Yeah, at 18.
Yeah, that was fun.
I
Hey,
sat
check-
in the corner, didn't say a word.
Nick, can you get this on the screen or no?
What is it?
I don't know. It's just a pop up here.
Let's see the pop. Hey, so anyways, the hedge fund started. That's good.
Back to any. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Key success factors: mining equipment, strong relationship with equipment manufacturers. Bitmain. It looks like Bitmain will be delivering the S19J 100 terahash miners to any ticker symbol any arriving August 2021. I just wanted to bring that up.
Wow.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting that they're starting to scale in some of the latest and greatest Bitcoin miners, the S19Js. Good for them, man. I'm really looking
That's
forward
exciting.
to seeing what's going on here. I really, really like the stock. It's just my belief, and we just took a position.
Well, how did you learn about this one?
I've been watching this one very closely in one of my Discord.
Let's look at the 1 year chart. It hit $12 yesterday, right?
Yes.
And then they did a big, massive down round.
Yes.
From the 12. But you can see how it's breaking out and doing really well.
Oh my
so
gosh.
your thesis is that it's going to retrace that 12 and make new highs.
Kind of similar to OLB.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Got it. And they're flush with cash.
Yep.
So they're going to likely have a lot of announcements around crypto.
You know,
And that's why you want to be long any.
listen, kind of like why I came on to work for you and to work for your team. I like the pedigree they have on the top of the food chain. Okay.
Are you saying you like my pedigree?
Yeah. I mean, look, the how do the apple doesn't fall far from the tree? Yeah.
I didn't go to UCLA though.
So, you went to the school of HUD housing.
No, yeah.
School of HUD
the
housing.
School of HUD
Hey,
housing.
Jason, you're not supposed to take the cap off that thing.
Why?
Look, the whole thing, it's like a nipple.
I don't like that style. I don't like to draw down from that thing. The heck?
I
The
love it.
School of HUD housing.
Anyway, that's my case for NA. Mm-hmm. What else? You want to talk about more ticker symbols? We want to take questions. What do we want to do here? I feel like
We're doing fine. We're buying some any. Let me buy some any.
yeah.
Let me keep buying and get long any. We love what we love about this show is we tell people full disclosure. We give them the truth. We tell them what we're doing, and we're getting long some any.
We're
Right live on camera.
we're having fun in the while you're doing that. Let's go to the Risk on Discord. I
Have you
noticed.
been putting on any trades?
Yeah, I've been updating. Yes, the answer is yes.
Hey, to be up like 60% by now.
Yeah, the answer is 100% yes. I put on. I'm glad you mentioned that because I put on CEI at 48 cents. I sold half at 65 and I sold the other half today at 80 cents. It went over 90 cents.
Yeah, if you followed his one trade, you'd be up 80 to 90%.
I
But
put
we're
on.
not soliciting people to follow. We're
No.
simply telling them what we're doing so they can follow.
Yes.
That's
It's-
the whole point.
If you look here, I don't know, Josh. Do we want to show the actual Discord Bankroll Challenge chat, Nick? I mean, it's right here. I put on AUMN,
Sure.
and I'm currently holding AUMN, 47 cents.
Yeah, tough
Canon,
shot.
I put on Canon, $9.47. It's all in the Discord Bankroll Challenge chat. If you're not in there, join up. Join the Discord.
Josh
it's
should
about
put
to get
the
big.
link in the Discord.
I sold Canon $9.75 today, and
Let me go call our CEO because he's got a little bit of a problem.
All right.
But let's keep the charts going.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love the anything. By the way, so you know I'm taking a full position, 100,000 shares of any.
I love that. Where's
100,000 shares?
100,000. Ape strong. Ape strong on any. Ape strong.
he says I keep missing the entries. Let's just take a
You
look.
got the link in the chat there.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that. 17 people online in the chat. We have offline 86 people. So we've got
86 now. It's well over 100
we're
now.
over 100 now.
Hey, I remember a couple, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when the interns were still here, we started getting Josh to send the thing in the Discord link in the chat. We got to 30. We're well over 100 now. Slowly
Yeah.
but surely, chugging along here.
Andrew Mills, you know I like you. You're sharp mind. I see the dollar falling. Andrew Mills, DXY. Hey everyone, DXY can only be propped up for so long. The U.S. dollar. There's pressure internationally too. Currently we have, and I'm going to show you this real quick. Let's see. Well, that's an interesting bit of information. But for Yahoo News, so you have to. I know. People don't want to get into politics. I know you might not like my political side, center right. I've shown the political. Chase, we did this.
We did.
I showed my political chart based on my beliefs. It's libertarian, slightly to the right. That's where I'm at. Maybe I'll post
And
that.
I got to be honest, I wasn't very far from you.
No,
Hold
you
on.
weren't far.
I can pull it up.
Real quick, Biden's approval continues to slide down 10 points with independents. New poll, he's like 40%. Why do I say that? Because we're talking about, monetary policy, this administration, Jay Powell, all this stuff, and how it could lead to the U.S. dollar. I'm not going to say collapse, but just a retracement, a correction of the U.S. dollar. and how that can affect what we're doing every day from a trading standpoint, from an investing standpoint. You can draw correlations where, and Andrew Mills is very sharp about this. You're looking at gold and silver. In my opinion, silver is so the gold to silver ratio is 75-1. It literally takes 75 ounces of silver to equal 1 ounce of gold. That's really out of whack. The U.S. dollar is propped up. We're looking at where the next opportunity is to acquire undervalued assets, to make trades that are currently undervalued, in our opinion. And I'm seeing it in the mining sector. Junior miners, senior miners, ticker symbols like AUMN, ticker symbols like AG, ticker symbols like NUMA, NEM, which is a monster. Also commodities, FCX would be a more of a stable long-term hold. But yes, the U.S. dollar, as it declines in the short term, in which I think it will, and if the market does correct, then where's the money rotation going, everyone? Where's the money rotation? Is you going to sit in the dollar? No, you're not going to sit in the dollar. You need to leverage that fiat currency to work. Put it in Bitcoin, in my opinion, would be a good opportunity. Put it in the junior miners section. Put it in hard assets, real estate, silver, gold. Literally go buy silver bars, gold bars. So we're just thinking about where the opportunities are. You always have to be fluid in what you're assessing of what's going on in the economy. And yes, politics does play a part in that. We don't want to talk about it as much, but as it directly relates to the economy and how you make decisions in your life to support your family, to protect your assets, we do have to touch upon that. So I know, King, you might not agree with me politically. However, King, we can discuss this stuff politically as it relates to the economic factors and the actual factors of investing and trading on a daily basis. I think you would agree with that. So.
I think, a lot of what you said there is it's easy to understand, but for me, in a place where I think about the dollar crashing, all these things, this destabilization. I shouldn't say crash.
I don't think you should use that word.
It's a poor word to use. My apologies to our viewers here. But it's weird to kind of have to decide where I want to put my money right now. I don't know if I want to hold cash because I can't see it. Every single thing I look at in the market, all-time high. Other than maybe small cap stuff, because I believe small caps has definitely had a good correction, but everything, all these ETFs, everything that they tell you to invest in, everything's at an all-time high. So at the end of the day, what do I hold cash? I don't really feel like holding cash. Do I hold, I put it in Bitcoin, things like that. It's very up in the air right now.
Yeah.
Could you, Josh, how many people are on the show today?
69.
What's,
we've got
69 right now.
69.
People
69.
watching live?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
It always makes me feel excited when people want to watch us live. Josh, let's go to the chat, and we're gonna look at some charts and answer some questions.
Yeah.
If people care about our opinion, it is just our opinion. For those people who don't care, don't ask.
Oh, Dip and Rip, thanks for joining the Discord chat. Appreciate it, brother.
No, hey, is Dip and Rip on?
He's on. Yeah, he's.
Hey,
actually,
can you have him chat in? I'd like to have him on the show today if he can take 5 minutes to be on with us.
Devon Wright, my man. Hey everyone, let's join forces in the Discord
Where do
chat.
I see the chat here?
You can ask questions.
Oh,
in
should I go
Discord.
to should I go to YouTube to watch the chat live? Will that be?
That's
helpful?
what I'm doing. Yeah,
that
and then
how
I
you
just
do
mute
that?
it. Yep.
20 online.
So then I don't have to have Josh make it so that I have to watch it, right? Because that's kind of the problem, right?
Yeah.
Let's see if this works here. Hey, this is the 130th episode.
Yeah.
Have you done anything 130 times besides maybe masturbation?
God, I knew you'd get to that one.
What?
Boy,
I mean, I'm just trying to think about things you've done 130 times in your lifetime.
I
mean, come on.
How many times have you eaten dinner?
You're a guy. Okay, you've eaten dinner 130 times.
Yes.
You went to the bathroom more than 130 times.
Maybe.
You went to sleep more than 130 times. These are all things about your general survival. The things you do to survive, you do more than 100 times. This is a show.
I've busted out of poker tournaments at least 130 times.
You have? You've been in more than 130 poker tournaments, which you busted out of?
The walk of shame.
Wow.
Think about this. So you put 10.
I played more than 130 football games.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's something I've worked out way more than 130 times. These are active decisions. You're talking about non-life
base
things.
flyer. We were talking about
Now,
that.
this is an interesting quote from Andrew Mills. Always remember, this is a quote from Andrew Mills. I didn't write this. Always remember, the best way to beat the enemy is to lead the enemy. Makes you wonder if the banks are leading the apes out to the pasture. Huh. Well, maybe. That's a scary proposition.
Yeah. Andrew Mills, I really enjoy his posts. Guy's really smart. Jeff Bombshell in the house.
Where's Jeff?
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
Jeff Bombshell talking about long term.
Let's talk about Jeff Bombshell. He suggested a stock that I bought some of, and I'm going to cover that real quickly here. Let's get the chart here. It's let's see here.
Oh boy, Jeff's got another idea.
He does. This guy, trust me.
I'm taking notice.
When Jeff speaks, people listen. This guy is very smart. ASYS, I believe. Hold on. Don't buy that till I confirm, because I just bought some the other day, and then my screen is not coming up. Do you know ASYS?
I don't, but we're going to look at it.
I think you might have
ASYS.
said something to me about it, Jason.
Yeah, this is it. ASYS. Look at this. This is a Jeff Bombshell recommendation. He didn't recommend it. He's long it, so he's put his money where his mouth is.
Oh, AREC net sky limit. Yes.
What?
I like that commodity play. AREC.
So Jeff likes this the stock. He said that it is because of the shortage in chips and semiconductor chips that these guys are a player. And I'll read you what Jeff. Hold on a sec. What? God, all these are flying by, man.
Dude, we're getting I like the I like for everyone to get into the Discord chat too.
So Jeff said, I have a position, not big.
Mm-hmm.
They make capital equipment for the semiconductor industry. There's a supply shortage, could help prompt more demand in their products.
Mm-hmm.
Their outlook is solid. Balance sheet is also very healthy, virtually no debt, $3 a share in cash. P&L is right after break even. Key risk is reliance on China. He hasn't spoken to management, but he likes the stock. I looked at it and thought to myself, probably does look pretty good.
ASY.
It's pulled back around 50% or so since it's, maybe like 45% since it's high. And technically it looks like it's setting up pretty well. If you look at that, if you were to go to a little shorter time frame, and I'll go to like the 6 month, you can see a couple cups with a handle. I don't know if it's failed there a few times. Yeah. If you look at the 3 month, it's set to break out. I don't know. This is something Jeff has brought to my attention.
Wow.
And I normally wouldn't tell you what a friend of mine does, but Jeff doesn't tend to have any losers. He is a very, very smart guy. And I don't know that I've ever lost money on anything Jeff has ever showed me. So I think only showed me a few things, right? So he's maybe got that record because he doesn't overdo things. Hey, RipNDip, you're on the show, my friend. How are you?
Hey, RipNDip. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? How you doing? Very well today. It's Friday. I got 3 days off. Whoa.
Well, I don't understand.
That's all
Are
I need to hear to be in a
you
good
going
mood.
duck hunting soon or something with that camouflage? Where do you live?
I live in upstate New York, but it's hot over here. But my house is like 68 degrees because I love air conditioning. So
So you live in upstate New York.
Where
So
you
you didn't
at?
have to deal with
Ithaca?
you didn't have to deal with the floods.
Cortland?
no, I'm near Albany. That's the most recognized. They call it upstate.
Where you
because-
at? Niskayuna?
Yeah, dude, I am.
Shut the hell
I'm in
up.
that-
Are you serious?
You guessed it.
I'm in the same county.
What the-
Schenectady County.
How do you know Niskayuna? You're
How's
kidding
that
me, right?
possible?
No, I swear to God, my whole family, like a lot of my family went there. I went to Chalmont. It's Rotterdam, but it's in the same county,
Dude,
Schenectady
trust
County.
me. I spent 5 years at the College of St. Rose in Albany.
Oh, dude, don't even get me. I spent 5 years there one night.
Gee, he's got such a New York accent.
Dude, that's so crazy because I played in the Wooden Bat League, the similar to Cape Cod, my freshman year in Schenectady
Okay,
for the
awesome.
Schenectady Mohawks.
Okay. Oh, was that the community college or was that a travel league?
No, it's a Wooden Bat League. Hunter Pence played there. He was a little bit younger than me. A lot of big leaguers.
There's the Amsterdam Mohawks now. I wonder if they changed.
They moved the team to Amsterdam.
Okay, yeah, I just went to see a game the other day.
Yep, that's exactly. I
Yeah.
played. Yeah, it was a good time for sure.
That's awesome.
I just want to get right to the naked chart here. I'm going to pull it up real quick. What
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up.
what do you
I'm gonna pull it
make
up with you here?
What do you make of this pullback today?
Let's look at it.
Is there some news I don't know of? I thought I'm literally just asked you to get on the show because you could tell me if there was any news of what's happening here.
No, I didn't find any news myself personally. I'm not concerned one bit. If you look at the 4-hour chart, we're finding good support at the 200 EMA. I know you know technicals, whatever it is, what it is. But if you look at where we were, let me get rid of the extended hour so I can really give you. Yeah, we're finding support at the 200 and the 50 on the 4-hour. But from the pre-AGM, I mean, listen, we're still up 23%. I mean, this is not that big of a deal at all for me.
Right.
I don't think anybody in the naked army per se is worried in the slightest. And if anything, this poises us for a better move because if you go down to a lower time frame, we have a bullish divergence completely. So last time we were at 50 cents, right? We had an RSI that equals similar to where we are today. And our price is higher now with that same oversold RSI. So basically, we're at a springboard point from about 12 cents higher than we were last time. So I think it's absolutely looking fantastic technically. It's just been low volume manipulation, really.
Hey, I'm glad you brought that up because I just looked at the after hours volume, 850,000. That's about 2% of today's in market volume of 42 million. You know, the lower the volume, the better, in my opinion, just because you're seeing a lot of the naked army, a lot of the longs from the retail side. They're not going anywhere. You know,
No.
the float's pretty, you know, the float's rather large, obviously. What do we got the float at right now? Is it 800?
Well, see, here's some stuff that's going on.
Yeah, I want to
because
know about this.
Trading View. Now, I got like 3 different numbers I could throw at you. Trading View, which I paid for, yada, yada, yada.
So the volume
It is saying
Yeah.
758 million.
Okay.
Now, Fintel, right, which was, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due, King has purchased this for me and for our viewers and for the Naked Army. They have the float at somewhere around 400 million. So I don't know which to believe. Let's say we cut it in half, chop it right in the middle, somewhere around 600 million, you know, but there's many different, nobody can get a beat on what the real deal is with the float.
Right. I know. That's something that's been, and then, you know, King talked about synthetic naked shorts, all the stuff that's going on.
God, yeah.
Crazy. Absolutely
Actually,
crazy.
I look at the chart. It did break out here. It was below 50. If you look at this chart here, it was actually right at 50 here, right?
Yeah.
And you got a breakout here, held, broke again, gap up again, back down below. It's got to hold right here at 60. That's what would be nice, right?
For
be
sure.
nice if it consolidated at 60 before any kind of announcement hopefully happens. You know, that's
Right.
You know, I got it.
The Nick, real quick on this chart or on this data here, nakedshortreport.com, daily synopsis. Look at the over 50% volume shorted in the last, good Lord, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
They're all over this. It's similar to CEI, Cambridge Energy. I mean, if this float was just, let me talk for a minute about this. Let's just say theoretically, this probably not going to happen. You guys probably don't want to hear this. If they were to reverse the stock, okay, and the float was reduced monumentally, this thing could literally, you know, a lot of times reverses don't go so well. This thing with news, I mean, this thing could go to the absolute, to Pluto. If they, let's say the float was.
What could?
This thing, if it went from 6, let's say they did a 100 to 1 or something crazy. I mean, this thing could go to like absolute and galaxy we've never heard of. Now, I'm not saying they're going to reverse the stock. They probably will have, in my opinion, organic news that brings this and cures the dollar threshold notice. So
But they don't have a problem right now. People
No, they
that are
don't.
worried about that. They got
don't.
plenty of time.
They
got
don't
plenty
have a
of time.
problem. Let me clarify
They'll
that.
solve that problem.
Okay, but I'm just saying if they were to decide to do that, this thing could react very positively, and then they piggyback the news if they made an acquisition. I don't even know what shorts would do. Like this thing would be the nano squeeze. This would be the mother of all squeezes. It would be ridiculous.
Hey, what day did we have dinner with the king? Was it last Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
I think it was last Saturday.
It was last Saturday. He's right. Rip&Dip's right.
All right.
So,
it was last Saturday.
Yeah, I had a great time. We went to Sushi Roku. You weren't there. It was really fun. He is really.
I gotta call him out though.
Why?
What kind of bullshit drink was he trying to order from the waiter?
What do you mean?
He ordered some prissy LA total drink. Like he said 17 things. He's like, I want a Manhattan neat, perfect, with Maker's Perfect, marks on the rock with the cherry twist, diddly lime, grab my ass or something.
He's got, first of all, he's got,
I got a drink with him too. It was great.
The king has great hair. First of all, he has hair like he can stand it up like Kramer. He clearly is connected in Hollywood. He knows a lot of people.
He does.
He's super fun, animated. He made a lot of jokes like
he stood up from the table and was like, "Wait, let me tell this joke really quick."
I know the funny part about him is that because I know my wife was there, that was fun, but I could go hang out with him and like drink and eat food and just chat all night.
Yeah, just about Mel Brooks.
No, we literally
that vibe.
I think we shut the whole bar down, like the whole place down.
You guys stayed that long?
You were there, weren't you?
I left.
Yeah, but you left like at 11 or 10.
11:30 or something.
Oh yeah, well the place was shut down. Like the Sushi Roku people were like, "Can you leave?"
We had a lot of sake.
It was great. He was very fun.
That food was good. Oh,
yeah,
I love
and then
Sushi
we drove
Roku.
him back. He stayed at the Wynn. It was fun, dude. This guy is a fun guy, and he's got a dynamic personality. And for those of who are coming to the Risk On conference, when we ever tell people the time,
Yeah.
and they come out on an invitation, he'll definitely be there. He is very entertaining, and listen, I know that he has a little bit of a political different view than you do, there, Jason.
That's okay.
But that's what makes everything a horse race. He's a pretty intelligent guy. There's no question about it.
Mm-hmm. He and I have differences too, but I think it's a wonderful thing. I got nothing but good things to say about the guy. You know what I mean? Really, he's been reaching out, and I was telling him how, he's been so supportive of me, myself, and I'm just gonna call it out right now. I don't care if I get flack. He's been supportive of the Naked Army, long-term Telegram.
God.
They got their issues, but I got to stand up for someone who I think is my friend, and I believe a friend to that group. You know what I mean? So I might catch flack, but I'm a man who stands for my principles. You know what I mean? But he's just a good guy. You know, I hope I get to see him in person. He might be doing some things in New York, and I'll go out of my way to see him. And I talk to him on the phone every single day, just because he's like going to bed when I'm going to work because of the time difference. I wake up so early, and we get to do our little chats, and he's just a good guy. And Seinfeld is coming to Netflix exclusively October 1st. Super stoked about that, by the way.
Is that really true?
Oh yeah.
Oh, he said something about it. It's like a monster deal too, right?
Yeah, it's pretty. Well, Netflix is just gobbling up content.
But how many people want to rewatch? I love Seinfeld, but how many people want to rewatch it on Netflix?
Right here.
I'm one.
Me.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I
so
lost
easy
my
to just.
DVDs.
And they're
It is
willing
so
to pay
easy
that much
to-
money for it?
How much did? Who bought Friends? Somebody bought Friends for 100 million.
No, they didn't. No, it was 400 million, and that was Netflix. They had it. It went back to Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers owned it. It's now on HBO. Because
so
it's on HBO Max because it's owned by Warner Brothers.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, you get my point. You said they paid 400 million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know,
So
but
I'm right here.
I
willing
just
to-
don't get the economics that you're going to pay, $1 billion for a rerun show.
But do you know how many people are gonna just sit there with it on in the background? It is not even like they want to really rewatch it every single moment, right? I'm not gonna go turn Seinfeld on and be glued to every episode. I'm gonna go turn Seinfeld on when I'm doing some Excel work or playing with Syra, and then I can sit down, look at my phone, hear what I like. It's comforting. It's what I know. It's easy to sit there and listen to, and it's really funny. It's a great show. It's awesome. It's just you sit there and it'll just play endlessly, and I love it.
All right, my
Steve's
friend.
a good dude.
All right. So, RipNDip, I wondered if you had anything you could add to why you thought it was back, but you think it's just a normal pullback, nothing there important?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are levels, but that we should hold and that we want to hold. But like you said, I mean, this is going to be a news-oriented event.
Yeah.
And that's the long and short of it. Now, in terms of drawing attention to the stock, see, when we have red days where the volume's not that big, that doesn't concern me. Now, if you have notable volume on a red day,
Yeah.
that's a bigger concern. Now, all of our green days, now they weren't astronomical volume compared to the 2 billion we had in January, but they were, 8, like a relative volume of like 6 compared to the 10-day average. When we first started after the AGM, 100 million plus volume, we were trading at like 18 million a day.
Yeah. Jordan, let me show you this. Nick, pull this up real quick. This is directly relates to what you're talking about. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. The top 5 bits of information: 5-day average volume, 48 million, and then look at the 200-day average volume, 127 million. So you can get an idea, and then of course the moving average. But like you said, not a whole lot of volume today. Could be people that are just impatient. 3-day weekend. There wasn't a lot of meat on the bone as far as shorts goes today.
That doesn't help. That doesn't help our cause. Not so much that people are gonna fearfully exit on a Friday if they're long naked, because if you exit before there's news, to me, exit. If you want to swing it or whatever, that's cool. But if you literally just say I'm giving up on his stock before any news drops,
right,
doesn't make any sense to me. But I could see why there wouldn't be a lot of people who want to open a position on a Friday before a long weekend. They're usually, but then again, there's that fear of that gap up from the pent up buying demand on Monday. We've seen it with other stocks, and things of that nature. So
yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to the 3-day weekend. Chase, what are you doing this 3-day weekend?
I've actually got a couple things in the work. I got a lot of friends from UCLA coming up this weekend.
You're going to see John Mulaney, right?
I'm going to see John Mulaney on Sunday. I might go see Elenium tonight. I just got invited to.
What's Elenium?
Elenium's EDM artist. I might go see Elenium tonight at a club with some of my really good friends from college. And
what about you, Nick? Got anything going on the weekend?
Not much, just hopefully good food.
Good food.
Brett, anything for you?
Hanging with the business.
I am going to Zion.
Mm-hmm. I'm playing golf too.
I'm going to Zion National Forest, or whatever you call it,
National
parks.
Park.
And it's beautiful. I went through there. I drove through there one time. And I'm going to go through the Narrows, which is like a hike down a river bed, etc. Apparently, it's really pretty.
Beautiful.
Have you ever done
crazy. It's been a dream of mine.
Oh, dream. So let's go to the screen real quick and post up what Josh has real quick. This is a scene from the Narrows here. I'm sorry. This is the subway in New York. So I have a bunch of friends back there. A lot of people died in the basements down there. They drowned. What's that?
By the way,
that's the Yankees AA affiliate, Somerset and Patriots in Bridgewater, New Jersey.
We'll have to bring that up too. Hurricanes tornadoes in New Jersey. And if you see this, I watched this video of this flood, chaos swamping the.
Chaos. So scary.
I know. So it's just weird to me that rain happens. Will was in New York and saying to me that the water was coming out the manholes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Because, they had a month's rain coming down every hour in New York.
There was that much rain. So Ida came through
5 inches an hour.
But what I don't understand, this is what someone who in the watching the show can tell me. I don't understand how, if you already dumped your rain, your hurricane on land, how do you go up to New York and get more water to put more?
It didn't dump. Imagine. So it came in as a Category 4, right? 157 mile an hour winds in Louisiana. All it does is slowly downgrade. It was a full tropical storm going up the East Coast.
But how much water can it carry?
I don't know, man. Ask God or somebody.
Quite a bit, yeah.
What is this kind of...
it just never stopped raining to enough where they couldn't. The streets couldn't control it.
I emailed Terry and Will, both of them, because I was on the phone with them, and I was like, "Hey, are you guys alive? I know you're on the East Coast
for sure.
Are you okay?" And Terry said that they got 6 tornado and flash flood emergency warnings, not warnings, but emergency ones, like real life threatening tornado warnings.
So
also,
let's go to real quickly to Jason's screen.
Yeah,
let's show us Yankee Stadium real quick.
Check this. All right, this is a minor league affiliate for the Yankees, AA in Bridgewater, New Jersey. There's the field, okay, and then after Ida, look at that.
God,
that's pretty ridiculous.
Jordan, were you affected up there?
We got a lot of rain, yeah. but nothing in my area in Rotterdam, the town that I live in. Luckily, no, but we travel a lot for work, and there were some stores we just couldn't make it to because there were road closures and washouts and things like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to wrap it up, guys. We're going to let everyone enjoy their vacation. Jordan, thank you for joining us. Hopefully Naked is going to be calmer next week. Maybe there'll be some news. Maybe there won't be. We are long. What?
Do you want to hear a Skyla joke?
I do. I want to hear a Skylar joke.
Okay.
I said we'll wrap it up in a few minutes.
Okay.
For one of the programs we said we are doing this 949-799-1831. You can get on the $1,000 challenge. Jason has given you a few trades already, right, Jason?
Yes.
And
We haven't
you can
done
go to the Discord.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Join the Discord.
And you can learn about what Jason's doing when he trades $1,000 at a time. And that account right now is what, about $1,400?
We haven't actually started with Skyla.
Yeah, but you did the trade with $1,000, did you not?
No, it was in my it's just in my no, it's not.
I know, but
it's not
everything is your
$1,000.
personal opinion.
It's not-
Okay,
it's not
okay.
Let's just say it's not $1,000.
Okay. So let's say they did the trade with $1,000.
Yeah.
How much would they be up?
Well, it depends when they exited.
I
They
think
might
they'd
not
be
have-
up 60 if they
It's-
followed
yeah.
him, right? Say they did, not saying you should.
Right.
If they followed him, I think they'd be up 60 to 80%. They'd be at almost
Yeah.
$2,000 by now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say for simple sake, you would have put $1,000 in, you would have got 500 out.
Yeah,
You got to
for sure.
follow the Discord. Check it out. Josh will put it on the screen. We'll send it to you, 949-799-1831, if you want to be in that Discord challenge. What do we call it, the actual?
It's a
Bankroll
bankroll
challenge.
challenge.
The Bankroll Challenge.
Challenge,
It's
yeah.
designed for people to make a little bit extra money and get Jason's picks. They're not my picks. They're just Jason saying, I'm going to swing trade something. I
Yeah.
rarely do that. For the stock of the week, and one we're taking a major position in, is NANY. Jason has a fundamental story there. Please, it's important, very important, that you consult your financial advisor. We're not making suggestions. We're not making recommendations. Did I just say recommendations?
might have.
Recommendations.
Wow,
That's a good one.
I need a vacation.
Real quick, when Skyla gets back, just to let you guys know, we are going to do the 1K bankroll challenge from her Webull account. We will post the screenshots. We will show exactly what's going on as far as wins and losses, because this is in Skyla's account. The bankroll challenge 1K to 10K is the goal. So we'll have that exactly documented once she's healthy and gets back to us.
Got it.
Okay.
Jason,
Hey,
I think I'll start
congratulations to the
following you.
team for launching the new hedge fund, Ault Alpha. I'm officially managing that fund.
Congratulations.
Chase, great week for you, by the way. It's a good week for everybody.
Yeah.
Skyla, get better. Oh, you know what I haven't done? Can you go get Randy for me?
Yeah.
I wanted to wrap up for the weekend before we wrap it up.
Do you have a few
Okay.
seconds to ask about the bankroll challenge? One question that I think some other viewers are interested in.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's do the joke real quick. Yeah, Jordan, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Let's get to this joke. We'll get to your question, and then we'll bring Randy in.
All right. So Skyla texted me. She's not feeling too hot.
Okay.
So you want to hear the joke? Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay. Why are your fingers the most reliable part of your body?
Why, Chase?
Anybody?
Why, Skyla?
Anybody? Because you can always count on them.
Oh, God.
Skyla, I don't know how well received it was today, but I tried.
Jordan, go ahead. What do you got for the bankroll challenge question?
So yeah, the question was for me is, okay, I'm looking back in the Discord a little bit, but so is there going to be specific times that you're going to be posting these, or are they just going to be like night before?
Good question. So primarily what we're looking for is certain criteria after hours, where we're looking at momentum, and we were going to look at ideas after hours mainly to put on the trade for the overnight swing. It could be more than one night swing, but it's a
Yeah.
short-term swing. So there will be other times where I do put on trades like pre-market also for gap
Right.
ups, and there could possibly be times during that 9:45 a.m. Eastern time to 11 a.m. Eastern time washouts, where I'm looking for washouts, opportunities, double bottom, stuff like that. So yeah, I know it's going to be hard to get the actual alerts sometimes because everybody's busy. That's why this idea was kind of like more of not a day trading idea, more of a low quantity, high alpha opportunities. That's kind of what I was looking for. But you know, if I put something in there at like 9:45 a.m. Eastern time, it's because it's a great opportunity. But primarily, I'm going to
Right.
look for opportunities pre-market and post-market. That's why it's important that Skyla has Webull, so we can take advantage of the full range of hours that the market provides. Does that help?
It does. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Randy.
Happy Friday.
No, dude, it's the long weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. What are you doing for the weekend, Randy?
Work. Just like I said the other day.
He said, BMR Trader
Always
says,
work.
come on, what does he say? Jason, Todd, and crew, great show. Cover that AMC, Todd. Come on, get your PR right, whatever that means. Jason already rocking those picks. Skyla got that bank coming in.
Cover
Don't
that.
stop. Cover that AMC, he says.
I'm not covering.
It had a good bullish bounce.
BMR,
there.
that AMC short is just kind of a troll, man. If you really
Yeah.
think about it, it's a troll. It's nothing in the grand
It's a
scheme of
really
things.
small position.
It's a troll.
Don't pay any attention to
Do
that.
not pay attention to the fact that we are interested in naked and we are long naked and we like the possibility of that story and how that could play
Something's
out.
going to happen there. For
Yeah.
Sure.
So there you go.
What do you got for us, Randy? Jordan's on the show today. It's a strange show. I feel like a little lethargic, although I'm not. I'm going to Zion. I'm going to go hiking, which hopefully I won't die from.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, don't be one of these guys that gets lost and disoriented, and then
Oh,
we got to send
Jesus.
out their search and rescue team. It happens all the time. You see it on the news every week, man.
You
I
mean
hope
I'll have to eat my own arm or something? Cut it off, whatever.
Are you pew pew pew? Are you gonna do that? You gonna?
Am I going to bring the guns?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring a gun, but not the guns.
Okay.
Very
I
smart.
don't know what I would do out there with all the guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I'm going to bring a Glock 19.
Nice. I mean, Jordan's up there in commie York. I mean, I feel bad for him. He doesn't have the freedoms that we do here in Nevada as far as open
I
carry
know.
and.
Don't beat him up
I
too
lived in
much.
Arizona for a while, so I
Oh.
got to taste it.
There you go.
Hey, what
But,
do you got, Randy? What's happening with the Formula One? It's Labor Day weekend. Is there any racing going on?
Oh,
I know there's
dude.
no Indy right now.
Yeah,
They're on
no,
break,
no Indy
right?
till next week. But yeah, the Formula One's awesome. You can't miss. You're going to be hiking, so you'll probably miss it. But you can see a replay later. But they're in Zandvoort in Holland. It's a nice little picturesque town of 17,000 people, and they're expecting 70,000 people per day tomorrow and Sunday at this track. And there's only trains that can take you in from Amsterdam and drop you off like 20 minutes from the track. And, nobody's allowed to drive in there, so it's a little bit of a logistical nightmare. But the track is unbelievable, beautiful. They haven't raced there since 1985. They've done some work on it, and they've added these 2 bank turns that are incredible. I saw some of the action this morning. Charles Leclerc was quickest for Ferrari, and this is Verstappen's home race. He's Dutch. He's from Holland. And this morning, Hamilton's car broke down, and the whole crowd erupted. It was like a football game, dude. It was like incredible. It was so it's going to be an exciting
This is
weekend.
Verstappen's home field?
Yeah,
Well.
yeah.
Hey, Randy, did you see Firefly, the rocket take off yesterday from California?
No, I didn't. I didn't know about that.
Let's go to my screen real quick. So yesterday, and here's Firefly real quick right there. Now, these guys are another space company launching stuff into space.
Yeah.
And sometimes space can be difficult and shit blows up. And here we go.
No
if you just
way.
watch your screen here, this is the rocket blowing up in space.
Wow.
This is it taking off over California. That's what it looked like with those long-range cameras above Vandenberg Air Force Base yesterday.
Jesus.
What
Look at that
company?
thing.
What
This
company
is
launched that?
Firefly.
Was it SpaceX or who was it?
No, it wasn't SpaceX. It was Firefly.
Firefly's the company.
The company's called Firefly.
So
yeah.
they're just trying to get their stuff going.
They're trying to get their stuff going, and as you see, photos show space company Firefly's first rocket explode during a launch. Hey, Elon Musk had some explosions, right? And eventually, look at
Yeah.
him. Look what he's doing, right?
It's crazy
yeah.
to see one, like, even with NASA back in the day, it's like to see how many times they were successful. Yeah, there's a few failures in the beginning, or even some catastrophic ones, as we know. But yeah, it's fascinating, all that stuff,
Right. Those of you who know how difficult it is in space, a lot of companies developing space vehicles, launching stuff into space to compete in the commercial side of space. Mm-hmm. It's amazing to me how much incredible disruption technologies. I mean, the stuff it's doing is incredible. The Starlink thing is so fascinating to me. Elon Musk putting up all these small satellites all over the world, basically, and you're going to be able to think about this. If you own a yacht and you want a satellite internet, depending on the speed you want, it can be as much as $900,000 a year. $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month. You go into a cruise ship, you pay tons of money to get Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi sucks. Elon Musk has put up these low Earth satellites, Starlink, and you're going to be able to get satellite from anywhere. You're going to be able to get internet from anywhere you want, in the middle of the ocean, anywhere in the world, a rural area. You won't need a connection. You just have a direct Wi-Fi link to space.
We
Isn't
talked
that
about
crazy?
this. We talked about what your plan was.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
optimal plan and how that would play a
I
part.
told everyone, if there's some jackass out on StockTwit saying Todd Ault is going to sell his ALZN down here. Are you morons?
That was crazy.
Whatever. By the way, for full disclosure, you will see a form today. I did exercise some of my stock options in ALZN because I pay taxes on the price I exercise.
Yeah.
So I exercised today on some of them. Now I have to pay taxes on that, but I didn't sell any. I'm going to foot the whole tax bill myself. I'm going to write that check, and I'm long now some shares at today's cost basis. So that's a way of doing it, because obviously if I exercise, if it was $10, I'd pay taxes on $10. There was a point I was making. Okay, the point was this guy's on there saying I'm selling my ALZN and he's wrong. He's a liar. He's completely made that stuff up. I haven't sold any ALZN, so whatever. Blah. The only thing that happened in the IPO account, I went to press buy. I sold twice, like a couple thousand shares, bought it back immediately. You can see that on the Form 4. So don't let anyone mislead you out there if you're long ALZN. But what I've said to Jason and to my wife is, with Starlink now, if I were to sell ALZN for, say, $30, $40,
Right.
That would make me a billionaire, which would be wonderful. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't it be wonderful, Randy, if I was a billionaire?
Dude, if you did, could you loan me a few bucks?
I would loan you a few bucks. I'm just totally kidding around. I'm totally joking about that wonderful part. It would be good, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm in the money for the cure. I'm in the money for the treatments. I'm in the money to help my family with ALZN. But the point is that I could trade stocks from a yacht in the middle of the ocean because of Elon Musk and that internet connection. That was great and amazing. So anyways.
One more thing. Crypto Joe says, hey, he wanted to let everybody know that Shiba Inu is live on Webull, so you can buy that now, crypto.
What is Shiba Inu? I see this is crazy.
I'm waiting for New York to let us buy crypto on Webull, man. It's so sickening.
You can't
No,
Robinhood.
dude.
On Robinhood, you cannot buy crypto on Robinhood in Nevada. They're not licensed.
Yeah.
You
In
can
Nevada?
on Webull. In Nevada, you cannot.
Because we're not licensed in New York, you can buy it on Robinhood because you never own it on Robinhood. They own it, and you're just buying like an IOU. If you've ever noticed, look into this, and I'm not bashing anything, but so for example, ETC Ethereum Classic, would be trading on real crypto platforms for say like I think it hit a high of like something like 175, but on Robinhood the high was $230.
Yep.
And when it was dropping, the gap got way more narrow. So when everyone's buying and buying and buying on Robinhood, they're just inflating the price only of ETC. I mean, they do a few cents on like Doge and other things, but it was ETC for some reason was insane. If you check the high of ETC on Robinhood right now versus the high of ETC on like any other real platform, you'll see an insane gap.
As we begin to wrap up here, just a couple things to cover. We are long AG, Apple George. That is a gold and silver play, silver and gold safe play for us. We're long a little PETV, PETV. We own a short in Peloton. I've talked about this a little bit. He's still long HUSA, the 13Ds out there. I think the major change for us in the portfolio is that we put on any, right? Is that the major change?
Any. Yeah. What else do we do? Oh, we had a decent position in OLB. Did we take a little off?
Yeah, a little bit, but not much.
I tell you one. Yeah, I saw that. Something going on with SAVA.
SAVA is getting hit hard, and it continues to get hit hard.
Hey, we didn't even get our SAVA expert on the show today. Maybe.
Oh, we were supposed to have him on.
Yeah.
You want to try to squeeze him in?
It's your call.
Do you think we have time to get him on?
Wow, SAVA's $40.
No way.
Yeah, it is.
Are you lying?
We need to get Gary in here.
Let's get him on here.
Get him in here.
Hey, Jason, or can you go get him for us? Randy, can you go get him for us?
We need to get him in here.
Gary Gottlieb?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what happened? That's probably Why? So there's been some pressure on ALZN.
Oh, you know what?
What?
No. My eyes deceived me. It's 49. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
yeah. I would say you freaked me out there for a second. I
Okay.
knew it was 49.
It's 49. I'm sorry.
Yeah, please.
Go get him anyway. Yeah, we want to talk about this a little bit. Thanks, Randy. Okay.
He is an
2 hours ago, marketinvestors.com. Cassava tumbles again after CEO denies data manipulation claims.
Yeah, he has denied it flat out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, last week a shareholder firm called Labaton Susharo claimed Cassava manipulated the results of clinical data surrounding their drug Simuflam. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Simuflam, its Alzheimer's treatment candidate. So we've got potential frustration among shareholders. So yeah, you're seeing a lot of variance here. Well, Gary will be able to speak to this. Full disclosure, I haven't really done anything with SAVA or ANVS.
We're long 1,000 shares
Yeah.
of SAVA. That's because we follow it. We like to follow it.
Yep.
You know, we're long 1,000 shares.
Sure. There he is. You thought we forgot about you, huh? We did not forget about you. We gave you ample time.
Okay.
Gary, we're wrapping up the show in 7 minutes, so we're going to cover a very short segment with you on SAVA, and the opinions that Gary is about to have is Gary's opinions. They're not the opinions of the show. They're not my opinions. They're not the opinions of the company. We are long 1,000 shares of SAVA. Gary, this thing ran up earlier in the year from $1 or $2, basically. It hit 140 just a couple weeks ago. It's crashed down to 49.90. The company continues to deny that the data is a problem, but the world's out there saying, there are people saying that the data is a problem. What say you?
SAVA is, and Remy, who's the CEO of SAVA, is doing himself no favors. He can learn a few pointers from folks like Elon Musk and others that are able to talk to stockholders, typically in a very forceful fashion. SAVA has, I believe, still a viable opportunity to bring its science forward. The allegations, as much as originally described as
You all right over there?
yeah, I'm
You
trying
need
to
some of that SAVA?
always, but I'll defer to ALZN.
All right.
Whistleblower kind of aspect, which was typically how it was characterized. It's not a whistleblower situation because I have not seen any evidence from anybody really inside the company firsthand showing any evidence. It's all conjecture, a lot of it very circumstantial, and unfortunately the company may be caught with its pants kind of down because they did not do double blind. They did not follow a lot of what has become over the years industry standard, almost doctrine, much like ALZN is following and will be following. And unfortunately, the downturn. I think the takeaways, one, is SAVA is still going to live. It's going to proceed forward with its phase 3 trials. It's 2 authorized FDA phase 3 trials. It is very, very unusual for the FDA to take such conjecture without, real insiders being whistleblowers.
But has the FDA taken any action yet?
Nope, none.
The stock was almost $140.
Yeah.
It's given up. What is it given up? $70?
No, it's
No.
50, 80,
Almost
$90,
100.
90.
Yeah,
$90.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
tremendous.
so somebody thinks something's wrong. But it's still at 50, up from 2 where it was last year.
Yeah.
Right, and more importantly, you don't hear any of the anybody from the SEC or any other kinds of regulators screaming that there's a fraud. I'm really surprised personally
having some experience with those kinds of regulators,
Mm-hmm.
that someone hasn't said, hey, wait a minute, this is a stock fraud. Let's get the SEC involved. It's all been FDA focused around the science, and there becomes the problem.
Yeah, none of that makes me feel better, Gary. The SEC coming in and investigating, that
Oh,
happens.
no,
that
it makes-
happens.
It makes me feel really great that they haven't come in.
I know, but that doesn't mean anything. They can come in and investigate at any time and find nothing or something. That's not relevant. What's relevant is the science. And these people are saying that the scientific data is incorrect, and the companies denying that fact.
Yes, and I believe the companies, their failure was they did not do a double blind, and hence they're on.
But didn't the company that actually tested the data said that they didn't actually do it? I mean, isn't there some conflict even with the company?
Yes. The
How do you deal with a
independent-
company you paid to do the study, and then they say, we didn't do that data?
I think some of the observations by people covering SAVA have pointed to the fact that when the information from this third-party lab did not come in or was not handled in the way that they wanted to, they went to their internal lab, obviously a no-no, and they went ahead and interpreted the data. I'm not saying SAVA is 100% on. There's a lot of mistakes that they've made along the way, including the lack of a double blind. But at the end of the day, it doesn't disprove that the science is there. It doesn't prove the science is there. And so they need to post haste, offer up, and it has been proposed in many articles, and I agree with it, to redo a biomarker clinical trial, as well as proceed forward with their phase 3s. The phase 3s are double blinds. They're going to perform according to Hoyle.
I've heard there's people in Australia. Do they do work in Australia with SAVA?
Yes.
I heard there's people in Australia that said that drug has helped them, their family members, etc.
There are patients that swear by the treatment of SAVA, which I think for a lot of folks is really the holy grail. If people are positively being affected, now you have the same thing that other companies who have been in similar position.
So
It's
you're
about
long
the
SAVA
patient.
still?
I'm still long.
You're a
SAVA.
believer.
You're
You're down 90 points from the high, but you're still a believer.
Seriously.
But you paid 40 for it, right? Around the
Yes.
40 range?
Yes.
Hey, Jordan, thanks so much for joining us, buddy. I hope you're well. Stay safe up there in the rain. Hopefully it's stopped. You said
Yeah,
it was
stop. We're gonna have a good weekend here, man. I'm just
Enjoy
gonna do
your
some
weekend.
R&R.
It's Labor Day weekend. We appreciate you.
Nice.
Josh, so much thanks for being with us, buddy. This is the 130th episode of Risk On.
That's pretty crazy.
We're gonna snip it up a little bit now. There'll be another guest host next week. We'll see you. Jason and I will be popping in starting Tuesday, where we will be talking about trades and stuff we're seeing during the market. It'll be a little unusual. Hopefully that'll work out with Brett and I. We're gonna try to work that out.
Yep.
We'll see how this works. We have a little unusual schedule. I'm not a big fan of this whole gap between the shows. I know.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. I got to work with the producers and stuff to.
I like to pop on for the Bankroll Challenge and show some trades. Too.
I think that's a good idea for
Okay,
sure.
cool.
So we'll probably see you Tuesday, but it'll be Risk On, but it'll be very specific about Bankroll, and then we'll be off. But I don't know. We'll work on that. We are in a little bit of a flux here.
Yeah, we're the day job.
COVID's messed the whole
that-
place up.
yeah,
First of all,
yeah.
with everyone getting it, and then us not having to be here, and then some people couldn't be here, and I'm sitting 6 feet from Jason. You can see how this is 6 feet away, right?
Yeah,
Looks like it's.
it's close.
Anyways, Andrea, hope you're well back there, enjoying. Is it North Carolina?
Yep.
Seeing the family. Hopefully, everything's safe up there, Andrea. Hope everything's going well. Tomorrow is September 4th. Do you know what that means?
That's a week from 9/11.
That's an
September
anniversary.
4th is the day I married my wife 17 years ago.
Oh wow.
So, Christy Ault, I love you. I look forward to being with you in Zion.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4 kids, Miranda, Chase, Enzo, and Asia. 17 years she's put up with me. Well, actually more than that because we were dating for a whole 6 weeks before I asked her to marry me. What do you think about that? Any comment? All right, everybody. We'll see you. Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Have a good one. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks, man. See you, Jordan.
Jason, I'm sending you a few things, by the way.
No worries. I'm on it.